Welcome back, everybody, to the Metropolis Bulldogs Teambuilder Dynasty here on NCAA Football 14. Today we wrap up season number 5, the final full season of this series with the Conference Championship and Bowl game. We start with the American Athletic Championship game here at home against the Tulsa Golden Hurricane in the snow, might I add. The final home game for many of these star seniors who have been a huge part in turning our program into some no-level new school, into a power here in college football as we look for our second straight conference title today. We are currently the 6th ranked team of the nation with a record of 11-1. We were so close to the undefeated season, but last episode we did lose to the Memphis Tigers 31-29 with a late interception from quarterback Manuel Castillo, which ultimately lost us that game. But other than that, we have been perfect this season. We won our final 2 games after the Memphis matchup. We would probably be number 1 if not for that Memphis game, but instead we are number 6. There are 5 teams ahead of us, but I think there is a world where we move up a lot. We would need an absolute miracle for us to jump up all the way to number 2 and have a shot at the national championship. But I suppose we have seen crazier things before. So really what we have to focus on is what we can control, and that's beating Tulsa. And then hopefully we can jump teams like NC State and Oregon who are not playing in conference championship games. And then maybe if Northern Illinois loses to Akron, we can get lucky. So I think the team is in a good spot going into this game. I mean, we can only control so much in terms of our destiny. But we know we have to win this game to not just have a very unlikely shot at the national championship, but to clinch a BCS bowl game as well. We would love to get a New Year's 6 bid, and really the only way we can get that is with a win here today against the 9-3 Tulsa Golden Hurricane. We won our division for a second straight season, although it was close. Navy, Capital College, and Temple did give us a run for our money. And then the West, which has always been the weaker division, ended up going to Tulsa. Tulsa is definitely the underdog today. They're only a B-, we're a B+. Herb Street's rocking with us. This is a game we absolutely should win, but we don't want to take these guys lightly either. They are led by 99 overall quarterback Baron Morton, who's had a great season this year with a passer rating of 171.8 and a touchdown to interception ratio of 34-6. They have a great senior running back as well in Devin Weathers. Their star quarterback and running back are their 2 best players. But other than that, they don't really have a ton of depth across the board. This is not a particularly well-rounded football team, and I think we are certainly better than these guys. This is a game we should absolutely win and hopefully catapult ourselves into the top 5, maybe even higher, God forbid, the top 2. Who knows? Welcome to Metropolis Field here in the nation's capital. The 6th ranked Metropolis Bulldogs face off against the Tulsa Golden Hurricane for the American Athletic Conference Championship in the snow. They're from Oklahoma. They're not used to the cold. They're not used to the snow. I think that bodes well for us, and hopefully we can take advantage. Tulsa opens up with the football. Here's Morton on first down. Breaks the sack from Bednarik, but is still brought down for a loss of 2. That was the senior linebacker, Michael Roberson, with the sack, and it's now 2nd and 12. Morton goes to the sidelines where it's hauled in by Tony Hummeler, who gets 13 yards, making up the yardage from the sack, and then some, getting the first down. So far, so good here on this opening drive for Tulsa. They're doing a pretty nice job of moving it down the field, but on 3rd and 6, the pass is broken up by Figgy Yakabuti. That'll bring out the field goal team. Not an easy kick considering the elements to make it a 3-0 ball game. This one is up and good. So Tulsa starts this one ahead 3-0. Make sure to keep your eyes on the bottom. There might be some other conference championship games going on, but for the most part, the games that affect us, like the ACC championship, that game is after this one. Nice first down there for the slot receiver, Kemi Amembenigba, as it's now a 3rd and 10. Castillo looks to throw it. He launches a dot for the senior Osiris Young. The Archbishop Carroll connection brings it to the 1-yard line. Great play from Castillo and Young, and now the Bulldogs are looking to punch it in here, 2nd and goal. Hand off to the other former Archbishop Carroll standout on this offense. It's D.D. Santander, the running back, with the score. 7-3 through 1. The Bulldogs ahead with a good start offensively. Hopefully the defense can get a nice stop here, as on 3rd and 9, Morton sails it deep downfield, and it is broken up. Brian McGrew is the one who makes the play. That'll force a punt. And so Metropolis gets the ball back, looking to extend their lead. Play action fake here on first down. Castillo rolls out to the left, hoping somebody gets open, and he launches a dot into the hands of CL Frost, who trucks the defender all the way to around the 26-yard line. Big gain there for Frost. That'll help move the chains for a nice first down conversion. The Bulldogs now have it in the red zone, looking to make it a 2-score game. Castillo drops back to pass. He sends it over to Osiris Young for the touchdown. Good throw by Manuel Castillo. Nice play by Young. And the Bulldogs extend the lead as the offense is on fire to open up the game. 14-3 your score. Tulsa has it back on the new drive. Good throw there for Dennis, who gets by a defender. Nothing but grass ahead. Can he get him? He will not. It's going to be a long touchdown for Terry Dennis, and Tulsa brings it back within 4. A one-play drive for the Golden Hurricane, but one play was all they needed to get the touchdown and make it 14-10. 3rd and 8 for the offense. Look at Manuel Castillo rolling away from the pressure, gets out of the pocket and gets 11. Nice run there for Castillo. That would eventually bring the Bulldogs to the goal line, as on 1st and goal, Didi Santander trucks the defender for his 2nd score of the game. 3 drives and 3 touchdowns for the Bulldogs offense. They have been perfect today, and it is now 21-10. Morton on 1st down gets it back over to Terry Dennis. He had the long touchdown on the last drive, and he'll get 25 yards moving the chains here as Tulsa now has it inside the 40-yard line. 2nd and 9, back to Dennis. They say he was not in bounds, but I'm not sure. That was awfully close. The booth would review it, and they would determine that he did get 1 foot in bounds, which will overturn the play and give Tulsa the 1st down. They now have it on the goal line, looking to bring the deficit back within 4. Let's see if they can do it. Morton on 1st and goal goes short for the score, his 2nd passing touchdown of the game. As good as Metropolis' offense has been, Tulsa's holding right to form. It's 21-17. The Bulldogs have it back. Here's Santander down the field. His longest run of the year, a 29-yard gain. Didi Santander has been efficient as it gets, but he has not had a 20-yard gain on the ground until that play. 2nd and goal. Castillo goes into the back of the end zone. It's Kemi Amenbenigba with the score. What a first half here for Manuel Castillo and the offense. They now lead 28-17. Tulsa's offense has been really good. Baron Morton's been impressive, but their offense has just not been able to keep up. Morton has to launch the Hail Mary, and it is intercepted. Good turnover there by the defense, as it is Jamil Cox who picks it off. That'll bring us to halftime, 28-17. Bulldogs ahead. We'll see if the offense can keep this up here in the 2nd half. Metropolis opens up this possession with the football. We'll see what they can do with it as Castillo tosses it late on the option for Santander, who breaks the tackle, unable to break another one. That was a perfectly timed pitch from Castillo over to Santander to get the conversion. It looks like it's another option. Castillo holds on to it, then pitches it at the last second for Osiris Young. Down the field with blocks, brings it all the way to the 10. A huge run for Osiris Young. The option game is really working. Hopefully the Bulldogs are prepared to be running more options next year with ultra-mobile quarterback Rod Roberson as the starter. Here's Castillo on 3rd and 8. He dives into the end zone for a rushing touchdown. Great play by Manuel Castillo, the senior, and it is now 35-17. Tulsa has it back down by 3 scores. The offense certainly not at fault for why they're losing here, as Morton keeps it himself, fumbles it, and it's picked up by Lewis Reed, who's going to take this one for a stupid score. What a play by the Metropolis defense, and all of a sudden, the Bulldogs lead by 25. Michael Roberson was the one who forced the fumble, and it is now 42-17. Tulsa's offense is having a nice drive here again, but Morton is sacked on 1st down for a loss of 3. Good play by Delvin Hines II, the senior pass rusher. 3rd and 10. Morton again looking to throw it, and his pass is intercepted by Brian McGrew. That's the 3rd turnover since the end of the 1st half, pretty much, by this Bulldog defense. McGrew, the senior corner and the school's all-time leader in interceptions, grabs another one, and it's 42-17. Metropolis looking to ice the game as this pass is caught downfield by Young. One-on-one coverage, and he boxes out the defender, doing a great job to haul it in. That'll wrap up the 3rd quarter. This one appears to be over as the Bulldogs lead 42-17. Metropolis would choose some clock, they'd move it down the field, and they get a late touchdown from the senior running back, Donovan Barrington. So now it is 49-17. Tulsa's offense has a 4th and 10. Obviously, they have no reason not to go for it, although they're pretty much playing for pride, as it's caught by Davis for the first down. Tulsa would eventually bring it to the goal line, and they would score for the first time here in the second half. So it is 49-24. The Golden Hurricane are going to go for the onside kick. They are down by 4 scores, so it doesn't really matter, as it is recovered by Rashawn Obendot, who gets a nice return here off the onside kick, eventually brought down. So that'll wrap up this game. 49-24 is your final. Good win here for the Metropolis Bulldogs, who are now 12-1, clinching the American Athletic Conference Championship. We've done our part. Now we need to be super lucky in terms of jumping above some of those teams in the top 5. Manuel Castillo was unbelievable today. He only threw 2 incompletions the entire game. 19 of 21, 260, 2 scores. The run game was really solid. Didi Santander had a nice day, 95 yards, 2 scores. Osiris Young had a great game in the air. He had 103 yards on 5 catches and a touchdown. And then Benigba and Frost were both really good as well. And then the defense was quite solid. We were able to get some sacks. We were able to turn the ball over 3 times. The defense started off shaky, but particularly in the second half, they played very, very well. And ultimately, Tulsa was unable to get the job done, despite a solid performance from Baron Morton. I thought he was pretty good, minus the second interception. The first one, you can't really blame him because it was a Hail Mary. But overall, I thought Morton was pretty good, but he wasn't able to do enough to lead Tulsa to the upset. So we add another American Athletic Conference Championship to the trophy case, and now it's time to simulate. We got to hope and pray we get lucky. One of Clemson and Miami's probably going to the national championship, and then we need to jump all those other teams. So Dustin Fletcher, the quarterback of Northern Illinois, ends up winning the Heisman Trophy, and we actually dropped down a spot. We are now number 7, and we will go to the All-State Sugar Bowl to face off against the Auburn Tigers. No, this isn't the national championship, but this is still a big opportunity for us on the big stage. Last year, we went to the All-State Sugar Bowl. We played against Notre Dame. And, of course, the Fighting Irish scored a touchdown on the final play of the game because nobody knew how to tackle their running back. So we're hoping for revenge here on the Sugar Bowl as we face off against the number 5 ranked Auburn Tigers, who beat Missouri in the SEC Championship and then jumped us all the way from, I think, 8 to 5. So the Tigers are ranked higher than us. They are obviously coming from the best conference in football. They won the conference championship for the SEC, and they're a really, really talented team. Our Bulldogs have only won 1 bowl game in our program's history. You know who we beat? Auburn. Back in Season 3 at the BBVA Compass Bowl, we absolutely clobbered Auburn. So I think the Tigers are looking for revenge, although most of the starters in that Auburn team are gone. Miami ended up beating Clemson in the ACC Championship game. They will play against Northern Illinois in the National Championship. The NIU Huskies of the MAC. The MAC has a team in the National Championship. How about that? So here is Auburn. Their best player is their quarterback, redshirt senior Demetrius Davis. He's only 5'10", but he is explosive and very talented. Auburn is a really, really good team. Their roster on paper is a little bit better than ours, but I certainly think we can win this game. The final collegiate game for many of our seniors, guys like Manuel Castillo, Osiris Young, Donovan Barrington, Michael Roberson, Terrell Cream. All of those guys are playing their final collegiate game here at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. The Bulldogs back in the Sugar Bowl for a second straight season, hoping that we don't get the result of last year because that ending was pretty embarrassing. So here we go, heads or tails. Auburn chooses tails because tails never fails. They win the toss and will choose to start on defense. So that means we get to see Manuel Castillo and the offense out on the field first for his final game. The Bulldogs rocking in their alternate jerseys today as on first down. Castillo looks to throw it short. He gets it to Osiris Young, and he fumbles the ball, and it's picked up by Williams. Within not even a minute of this game, Osiris Young, in his final game as a Bulldog, fumbles the football. As Auburn picks it up, they force the turnover, and they get the ball pretty much right away. 3rd and 9, here's Davis scrambling, takes a shot downfield for the end zone. It is caught for a touchdown. Tarvarish Dawson Jr. mosses Figgy Yakabuti, and it's 7-0. 3rd and 11, Osiris Young hoping to make up for his mistake as he trucks his way for a nice first down gain, and this time he holds on to the football, most importantly of all. Good conversion there for the Bulldogs, who are looking to hopefully get things going here as on 1st and 10. They hand off to the fullback. Castillo pitches it late. It's a fumble, and it's picked up by Harvey. 2 drives and 2 lost fumbles for the Bulldogs offense. Definitely not playing like they did against Tulsa. The defense does get a stop. Nice play by Lionel Brothers to force a loss of around 5. So that'll bring the field goal team out here for the Tigers, looking to make it a 10-0 ball game here late into the first quarter. The kick is up. It goes right down the middle, and Auburn leads this game 10-0. So Metropolis is going to get it back. They've turned it over on their first 2 drives with a pair of fumbles, hoping this one goes a little bit better as that pass is somehow caught by Frost. Down the field, he is wrapped up at the 10. That ball was placed horribly. I don't know how that play worked, but it did. Nice first down for CL Frost. Now in the red zone, 1st and 10, it's picked off. Edwards picks it off for Auburn. 3 drives and 3 turnovers for the Metropolis offense. They look lost out there right now, and all 3 turnovers have been because of our seniors. Castillo and Young, our 2 best players, are the ones making these mistakes. Auburn keeping things moving here late in the first. A big run by Dedrick Robinson. 10-0 lead here for the Tigers after 1. It has been a disastrous start on both sides of the ball, mainly offensively for the Bulldogs, who have turned it over on all 3 drives. 1st and 10, here's Parrish on the screen, brings it inside the 10. Big conversion there for Auburn, and they've got a real shot of making this a 3-score game early in the second quarter, as this continues to look like a blowout. 3rd and goal. Davis, his pass is caught by Poland, and he is tackled just shy of the end zone. Interesting decision here. What do you do if you're Auburn? Do you kick? Do you go for it? They're going to kick. 4th and goal at the 1. They could try to punch it in and make it a 3-score game, but instead they only go for the field goal. An interesting call. It is good, and it is 13-0. So the Bulldogs have the ball back. 2nd and 8 here for Metropolis. Their offense has turned it over all 3 times they've had the ball today, looking to try to change that. Castillo rolls out to the right, and he is sacked for a loss of 6. Nice play by the Tiger defense, and that'll make it a 3rd and 14. Castillo this time rolls out to the left, hoping somebody can get open. Takes a shot downfield, incomplete. So the good news is we didn't turn it over on this drive, but that's because it was a 3-and-out. The offense continues to play absolutely terribly, and Auburn has it back, 3rd and 10. Davis now looks to take a shot deep downfield, and it is broken up. This time, Dawson is unable to come down with it. Good coverage by Figgy Yakabuti. That would force a punt, and the Bulldogs had the ball back, trailing 13-0 here pretty late into the first half as they look to take a dent into this lead. Castillo scrambles to the right. He connects with Osiris Young, who gets it past the 30. Nice play for Osiris Young, who has been Castillo's main target today. Castillo's been pretty good, minus the fumble. And then on 2nd and inches, Donovan Barrington punches it in for the score. So Metropolis is finally on the board. They're only down by 1 possession, 13-7. As bad as the Bulldogs have played to start this game, they're definitely not out of it. Davis on 1st down, sacked for a loss of 6. Chandler Bednarik is the one who makes the play, and that'll make it a 3rd down. Davis looks to throw it. He is sacked again. Another play, this time by Delvin Hines, the 2nd. That would force a punt, and a touchdown on this drive will put the Bulldogs ahead, which is wild considering how poorly they started the game. Castillo on 1st down, scrambles to the right. He gets a connection here with CL Frost, who has it inside the 5. The Bulldogs are so close to taking this lead, they can just taste it. After how horrible of a start they've had, to possibly lead at halftime would be really impressive. 3rd and goal, the pass for Young is incomplete. So Auburn's defense gets the stop. They will keep the lead, but the Bulldogs will cut the lead in half as Marquez Glover makes the field goal. So it's 13-10. And that would wrap up the first half. A very close start. It was all Auburn in the first quarter, but Metropolis has made some noise, and they are back in the game, only trailing by 3. Auburn does start with the ball here in the 3rd quarter, looking to get some momentum back as it's a 3rd and 10. Davis under pressure. He's sacked again. Another QB takedown. This time it's Curtis Neal, the senior linebacker, who brings him down. So the Bulldogs get it back on offense with another opportunity to look to take the lead. 2nd and 1. Castillo with a rocket downfield. It's caught by Frost, who gets it all the way to the 1. Huge play for CL Frost. We'll see if Metropolis can finally take the lead. 1st and goal. Castillo looks to throw it under pressure. He goes short for Kemi Mbenegba, and Metropolis is ahead 17-13. After that horrible start, if you were to tell me that the Bulldogs have had the lead in the 3rd quarter, I would have said you're crazy. But here we are. It's 17-13. Auburn has it back. 3rd and 4. Davis looking to run with it, but Michael Roberson leads the play like a book. Great play by Roberson. That'll force a punt, and this game continues to be all Metropolis. 2nd and 7. Castillo fumbles it. That was his nearly his 3rd turnover of the game, but luckily the left tackle, Chris Adams, was there to recover it. But it is still a loss of 10 nonetheless, and now it is a 3rd and 17. Castillo again rolling out to the left, hoping somebody can get open. Takes his time, launches a prayer, and it is dropped by the defense. Nearly an interception for Harvey. So that'll wrap up the 3rd quarter. The Bulldogs lead 17-13. Metropolis has undergone a lot of damage control in these past 2 quarters, and now they have the lead. We'll see if they can hold on to it. 3rd and 8. Davis takes a shot downfield, and it is intercepted. Brian McGrew with another interception, and the Bulldogs defense forces a huge turnover. The senior quarterback, Brian McGrew, gets another very timely interception, and now Metropolis is going to look to maybe ice the game on this drive. 3rd and 6, Castillo with a dot in the hands of Osiris Young. Huge conversion there for the Bulldogs, and they are moving it pretty nicely, and they're chewing some clock as well. 2nd and 8 here for the Bulldogs at the 30-yard line, pretty close to field goal range. And it's intercepted! Brooks picks it off. A massive turnover by the Tigers. Manuel Castillo's done a great job of not throwing interceptions this season, but he's thrown 2 today. That's the 4th turnover the Bulldogs offense is responsible for, and Auburn gets it back. Davis on 3rd and 11 is incomplete. Great coverage there by, again, Figgy Yakabuti, making up for his horrible coverage earlier in the game. So the Bulldogs get it back here. Pretty good field position, looking to finish off the game. Castillo on 1st down. Deep downfield. What a catch by Osiris Young. And what could be the final collegiate drives for both Castillo and Young, it's good to see them connecting one more time. 3rd and goal. The Bulldogs looking to punch it in. Castillo rolls out to the left, and his pass is incomplete. He wanted to get it to Young to clinch the game, but it's not going to happen. The Bulldogs are not going to force a touchdown. They're not going to get cute. Instead, they're going to kick the field goal, and they now lead by 7. So Auburn's offense does not have a lot of time, but they do have one more chance to try to win this game. 1st down. Davis is sacked for a loss of 4. Good start to the drive for the defense. It's Chandler Bednarik again. He's had a great game today. 4th and 9. The game on the line here for the Tigers. Davis looks to throw it. Under pressure, he goes short for Robinson, who catches it, but it's not going to matter. He only gets a couple. The Bulldogs defense gets a stop, and they win the All-State Sugar Bowl 20-13. We scored the final 20 points of the game. Auburn was on fire for the first 8 or 9 minutes, and then after that, we chipped away at that lead, and we were able to win the game. Manuel Castillo did not have his best day on his final collegiate game, turning the ball over 3 times, but he did have some really impressive throws, which ultimately helped us win the game. Santander and Barrington were both solid. Osiris Young in his final collegiate game was great, 7 for 120. CL Frost also with 124 yards of his own, 2 sacks for Bednarik, and of course the huge interception in the 4th quarter by Brian McGrew. Demetrius Davis was fine. He wasn't great, but he wasn't bad by any stretch either. I don't think Davis is at fault for the loss, but he could have played a little bit better in the second half. The Tigers' defense was honestly really good. They forced 4 turnovers. They were able to get stops throughout the game for the most part, but they were not able to get the job done. So we finished the season 13-1 with a conference championship and a Sugar Bowl victory, which is really spectacular. So our school should now be, I believe, a 5-star prestige, which is pretty exciting. We're going to continue to be able to really be regarded as one of the best programs in the country now as we look at the other bowl results. I was very curious to see how the national championship would go if Northern Illinois would be able to hold up with Miami, and the Hurricanes won the game by just 1 point. 28-27, Miami is the national champions over NIU. Don't forget, Miami's one loss was against us. Just want to point that out there. Bulldogs finished the season as the 4th ranked team in the nation, our highest ranking ever, which is pretty cool. As we take a look at the season stats, Manuel Castillo had a great senior season. He will certainly be missed. Definitely the greatest player in program history, but we do have a great quarterback coming in next year with Rod Roberson. Donovan Barrington and D.D. Santander were great on the ground. Osiris Yunion, a phenomenal season in the air. The first 1,000-yard receiver in team history. The defense was really solid. We forced turnovers. The defense was really overall pretty consistent throughout the season. And of course, Donovan Barrington was a nasty kick returner. On the all-NCAA teams, we had Chris Adams, the left tackle on the first team, along with Brian Slater, Michael Roberson, Curtis Neal, Brian McGrew, Lewis Reed. And then on the second team, we had right guard Garrett McCullough. He was joined by Figgy Yakabuti. So a lot of all-NCAA team members for us. And then on the freshman team, we would have Lucas Langley, Jamil Cox, and Kyle Ward. For the all-conference team, we had our entire offensive line, D.D. Santander, and pretty much our entire defense. So we made up pretty much 2/3 of the All-American first team. Then on the second team, we had Manuel Castillo. We also had Deion Cannon, who didn't even start, along with some other backups. Here are the awards. We did not have anybody win awards, but we did have a lot of guys in the running. For the most part throughout this series, we haven't had many of our guys in the award races, so even though they weren't able to win the awards, at least we were able to say that a lot of them were in the top 12s. So overall, a really solid Season 5 here from Metropolis. We go 13-1. We win the conference championship. We win our first New Year's Six bowl game. Life is pretty good right now for the Bulldogs. As you guys know, this is the final full season of the series, but we still have the long-term sim. I want to be able to see this team win a national championship and see what happens in the collegiate careers of all these guys still left on the team. So what we're going to do is we will simulate the next 4 seasons over 2 more episodes. So we've got 2 more episodes in this series here for the long-term sim, and then that'll wrap up the Metropolis Bulldogs Team Builder Dynasty here on NCAA Football 14. Hope you guys are ready. Hope you guys are excited for that. Make sure to like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Peace out.